Hello, everybody, and welcome to yet another episode of Recipe for Adventure. I'm your host, Freebie and joining me as always is my dear friend, Sai. Sai, yell hello.
Um, I do have other people who live nearby me, so I probably shouldn't yell.
Shouldn't or won't yell?
I shouldn't, and because I'm a nice person, that also means I will not.
Oh, why are you going to be so nice, Sai?
Because that's how I was raised.
Fair enough. Credit to your family. Credit to your parents. So to start things off, my question for you today, and I just forgot what the question is, even though I literally just read that from the list of questions I made. Um, Shoot, what was it again? Oh, what is the favorite curveball you've been thrown as a DM? Not that you've thrown, but thrown to you as a DM.
Well, didn't we have this one last week?
Oh shoot, that might have been it. Okay, like hang on, my brain's just scrambling now. What is the
Because,
most? No, you're absolutely correct. Wow, my memory's gone to heck. Um, okay, next question on my list, in that case, is what's the most blatant character copy you've ever seen someone try to make?
most blatant character copy.
Was it Meralt of Rivia?
Hmm, that's an interesting one. Because
Mm-mm.
I'm trying to think. I haven't played in too many campaigns where people have just stolen character concepts too much, or at least where they haven't ended up being like the memorable characters.
They put a twist on the characters sometimes.
Yeah, and it's usually the twist that's more memorable than the original source material.
Okay, okay. In that case, what's your favorite uh, character copy slash twist you've seen then?
Um, I mean, I I shouldn't use my own because that's in poor taste. I mean, when I think of people who take character concepts, unfortunately for me, the first one that comes to mind is one that you definitely know of, because
Oh,
I think of Jacques Lamasque, who's stealing the concept of, well, the deity in mask, god of thievery.
yeah, yeah. Oldemara. Oldemaru?
Aldemara.
Here's the funny idea, though. I didn't actually steal the concept from that specific god.
No,
Uh,
not from Aldemara, but yes. The, but like, because you've played that character so many different times,
mm, mm, mm.
when you actually played him as a player character, that's why it sticks in my head so much above the other ones, because
Be-
I was so used to seeing it as an NPC.
I see what you're getting
And
at.
then
Yeah.
you finally played it as a player character that I get to play in a campaign alongside of. Like, that's the first time that I've really like got to do that, and that's why even though there's probably better examples, that is unfortunately the one that really sticks out to me,
Mm,
that
mm,
really
mm,
sticks in my head, and like comes to mind
mm.
the fastest.
It is like it was very interesting for me because, as you said, like I've had the character concept for a very long time and like lore
Mm-hmm.
behind not just the
Mm-hmm.
character but why he puts on the mask. Because like Jacques Lamasque isn't a singular character; it's like
Yes.
a identity that these series of like mostly rogues, admittedly, like put on. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know, the idea behind Jacques and the like cult of thievery just really appeals to me a lot. And I did
Yeah.
steal the idea of a character who essentially uh what's the word, confesses on his deathbed to like, oh, I was wrong to steal their soul away from the god of thievery, which, spoiler warning, never works because the intent matters. um
Mm-hmm.
that idea came from a completely different character which existed in D&D already. Um, I think it was in 3.0, possibly, maybe 3.5 even, but like I can't even remember the character's name anymore. But it was a whole thing. But yes, no, it was
I,
definitely fun to play.
I actually, while thinking about it, I do have one other
Oh,
of note. I played in a campaign where
mhm.
one of the players played Brard, a very vampire-esque individual.
Oh,
He was very haughty-taughty, very up himself, had a very dark backstory. Um, but the twist is, yes, everything he said and did made him sound like Strahd.
oh my god.
But the joke was we were fairly sure he was just some young kid who ran away from home and was obsessed with vampires.
Mom,
It's like he claims to be you know uh,
Brad.
Strahd, but we're fairly sure his name is just Brad, and he's just really 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 into like the vampire kind of aesthetic. Now he was actually like a Dhampir by you know race, so he could bite people, drink blood, all that type of stuff. He had powerful magics. He could crawl on walls and do a bunch of other vampire stuff. But just there was that little bit of open interpretation to how he acted sometimes.
So he was the character version of, "Hey, Mom, can I play as Strahd?" And Mum saying, "No, son, we have Strahd at home."
Yeah,
That's hilarious, and I love that twist so
mm,
much.
yeah.
Oh my goodness. Um, I myself don't really have a memory specifically, and the main reason is because I haven't had time to consider the question myself. I I I completely forgot what was next on my question list, and I just remembered this was the last question I made. So a bit of a cop out answer, but the closest thing to a rip off character I can think of, and it's gonna sound really dumb, is that Sai's character. He played a monster hunter. That's literally how he described him. It's not really a rip-off because the idea of a monster hunter is kind of common, I guess. But he essentially played a monster hunter from the Monster Hunter video game in that he slayed giant monsters, took their parts, and then wore them as shoes.
Yep.
Like, I think that was where your character concept started, but it became a lot more interesting. Like, if I remember,
Well,
that was from a Dark Sun character, maybe, or something, a world
no.
similar to it.
It, the setting for the character was almost like Fallout like,
Mm-hmm.
in that everyone had been trapped underground after a nuclear apocalypse,
Sure.
and upon emerging, um, basically insects had turned into
The giant bugs, yeah.
megafauna. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
so my character Norman Curio hunted down the giant bugs and realized their insect exoskeletons
Are tougher
are
than
like
anything we got.
harder than most material. Like bullets bounce off them.
Mm-mm.
So I might as well make equipment from their parts.
Yeah, wear them as shoes.
Yeah, and then I ended up traveling to various worlds in like a multiverses campaign, and I even hunted dragons at one point.
It was a very interesting campaign. I only played twice in it because of like time
Yeah.
scheduling stuff.
Hmm.
But the idea was the DM, who was our mutual friend, uh, secretly got everyone to do a bunch of one shots without us asking each other what our own characters were, not even for build purposes, because essentially we were all playing in different universes, and then a multiverse thing happened, and we all came together. I played
In
a
the Avengers.
yeah,
Yeah.
we were basically playing the Avengers, kind of. I was playing a security bot that got hacked eventually and became a
Yeah.
pseudo BBG, if I remember correctly, because I wasn't there.
Yes.
That was
Yeah.
fun.
It was fun. I also remember that because your world was the most like high tech,
Mm-mm.
and a lot of people couldn't deal with like the threats that your more powerful robots could deal with, except me. because I
Oh,
was used to targeting weak points and just cutting through sheer armor.
oh yeah, that was the way that my character was quote unquote debuffed, in that
Yeah,
he wasn't a military robot, he was
yeah,
like a crowd control police bot,
yeah,
essentially. So he wasn't supposed to be lethal. So he was
yeah.
very tanky and tough, but didn't
Hmm.
hit as lethally as most other characters.
But yeah, I remember fighting alongside you. Just like I think there was like an actual military bot at one point
Hmm.
that we were all meant to like work together to defeat.
Hmm.
And I'm just like, I'm going to target. Let's see, where's the weak point in this armor? That's something I'm used to finding. And then I just full on just carved straight through and like took off one of its legs because of just my freakishly like roided out strength from the nuclear environment.
I'm not sure if I was there for that one. It's been so long now, like over
It,
10
it's been
years.
it's been a very long time,
Mm-mm-mm.
but yes.
Anyways, let's get out of the kitchen and see what we've been cooking up because you've been very busy. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's check out like slowly what we've got. So we've talked about the snow steps. This is one of the random encounter sections.
So I basically, as per like we discussed, I made three versions.
Mm-hmm.
Um, one which is basically normal, one where the steps have like a bunch of potholes and such,
The broken steps.
and
Yep.
yep, and then the icy steps have like actual like ice everywhere.
Before
And so
we
the
Yes,
yeah,
the icy steps. Before we continue, I want to point out something that we did do off camera. And don't worry, this isn't like a Minecraft video where I say we did some mining off camera and come back with diamond full armor. Um, the stairs. The only reason why these icy steps are even climbable for humans, or actually, or other medium sized humanoids in this condition, is because they were made for dwarves. So, like, just the idea that they're a bit shorter and such like that.
they're
Um,
not steep.
they're not steep, yes, which I really, really enjoyed. Um,
Hmm.
okay, so we go from icy steps eventually to the mountain courtyard, and oh my goodness, this is the first time I've actually seen it. I do like how you've adapted my idea for the
Yeah,
little
it,
pseudo igloo.
not the greatest piece of work I've ever done, but it gets the point across.
Oh yeah, no, like I said, I do like how you've represented it and such.
Yeah, I
It's
was trying some techniques, and not all of it ended up looking good, but it does represent what is needed. So
it's very nice. And of course, now we come to the part where we actually this is the good part. We're finally oh it's a
so
bit different to what I expected, but I can see. So I'm in the Grizzle's Forge,
uh, in the Frozen Forge or the Grizzle Forge Unleashed?
the frozen one. Oh, you called it Unleashed. Oh, you
Yes.
did.
Hmm.
Oh, and it's the
So,
full one because otherwise the players wouldn't be able to get to. Oh, that's lovely. Where you did
there
like the.
was there was no point in me making or printing out the entirety, particularly when you're not going to get to half of it. And I figured there was enough of a difference in map design that just like layering them over each other and swapping probably was not going to work.
I love what you've done with the forge, and it makes 100% chance to have those little channels, those little lava rivers.
Yeah. So yeah, when you look at the unleashed version, you can see like I've still got like water
Mm,
pooled from where the ice has melted.
yeah, yeah.
Because I was looking at it, I'm like, it still looked a little barren,
Mm,
and so
mm,
I'm like, where the ice was, I just left like bits of water,
mm.
and it's like the advantage to that is like, yeah, it's not going to be difficult terrain per se, but if you're trying to sneak,
Oh, you get to
footsteps in
spend.
water,
Yeah, and of
yeah,
course, like certain electrical attacks and stuff like that will be have their range
potentially,
increased potentially.
yeah. Hmm.
Oh man, I love this. Okay.
So let's if we go back to the Frozen Forge, like and have a look at the upper point where I expect our dragon to be, you'll see that I've got what looks to be like a bunch of gears, all like on both sides, and like
Mm,
the pipe in the center,
mm, mm,
the
mm,
pipe from which the lava will flow.
absolutely.
And I did the same thing I did with the front door, in that I have just like blocks of ice, basically freezing the gears in place.
Oh.
So if you want to, if you like, because I was thinking what could be cool if the party wants to try is like while fighting the dragon, trying to break the ice.
To make
And,
the lava
you
come
know,
early.
yeah.
Heat up the room, maybe because it could have layer actions that are disabled by doing that, or at least
Hmm.
introduce different. Okay, I like this. I like this.
And
Um,
like to be fair, like Acer typically, Blizzard Dragon is weak to fire,
mm, mm, mm,
and the the best way to beat a Blizzard Dragon is just hit it with lava.
mm, absolutely.
Like naturally, it's taken a lot of effort to seal off the gears,
Mm,
so you can't get this thing running until you break away all the ice,
mm, mm, mm,
and that's ice you have to break away mid-fight with a dragon.
So it's like you have to either prioritize.
Yeah, it adds, I think, a bit of dynamism to the map.
Sure, I like that. All right. First things first, when it comes to things like this, we're going to go to the GM layer quickly
Hmm.
because we got to add some numbers. So obviously, area 1 will be down here.
Down at the entrance.
Yep, and I'm just going to make that size. Did that not work?
It's there, just very small.
That's annoying. I'm just going to get rid of view. I want to make it size maybe 300. Yeah, okay, 300 is much easier to see.
Yep.
Area 2 will obviously be over here.
Hmm.
Oh, this will be area 3. Okay, my question is, should we call this an area at all since it's
Uh,
inaccessible?
it's inaccessible at the moment, so I would not label it as an area for the time being.
Let me rephrase that. Normally inaccessible because we know players might want to like drill through somehow, or do we want to make a mechanic where they can't
Um,
or shouldn't?
that is tough. Um, hmm.
That's my only critique of this map in that you've only gotten one part of it instead of the whole thing. That's my only criticism of it. What if the players try to bypass it? Because if I tell a player, hey, here's this open path and this other path blocked off by ice, what do you think a
Yep.
player's first like instinct is gonna be?
Yeah. Okay. Easy enough solution. It's like the sheer size of it.
Okay.
Like like compared to like breaking off like a nice chunk,
Hmm.
this is like tackling an iceberg. It
Okay.
will be like hours of work.
Oh, and because we're at the source of the Calamity Dragon, okay, it could be
Yeah.
self-healing ice even.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, I'm gonna put that in. Um,
Like small, if it's a small enough chunk, you could potentially break it and like do enough damage
to like get
quickly
through.
enough before it can be healed. But but at this large of a scale, you might end up just being trapped inside of the ice yourself.
Okay, so notes. All right, so I want to point out each ice barrier is self-healing due to their proximity to the Calamity Dragon. Stress to the players that these chunks of ice seem much colder, solid, and larger than the ones crystallizing at the gate entrance. There we go. Just to make it
Yeah.
obvious.
Yeah.
Do we want to like add in some sort of environmental debuff in here at all, or like just make it like
Um,
okay, like don't like we can just say it's a flavor thing. It's cold in here, and not
yeah,
do what we did it outside.
yeah. I think because we'd be technically out of the blizzard,
Mm-mm.
like we'd be fine, but it's just very cold in here.
Okay.
Like, may you know what I'd do? I would say you have disadvantage to stealth in here because of the constant rattling of teeth and such.
Hmm. I'm not sure if I would go for.
No, no, that's too far. That's too far.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I would just like describe it as like very, like the cold is very extreme in here,
Mm-mm.
but it doesn't like rip itself away
Mm.
like the blizzard does from the wind.
Mm. Cold in here. At least it's a still cold that doesn't rip through clothes and flesh like the blizzard outside. There is no mechanical penalty from the temperature here.
Oh, actually, you know what? I would have one thing.
Oh,
A fire is needed if you want to take a short rest.
mm-hmm. However, to have a short rest here, the players must do so near a source of good heat, such as a fire. There we go.
Hmm. Yeah, just like because I don't want to be like, hey, you have to rush the entire dungeon about a short rest,
Mm-mm-mm.
but just that little bit of like, hey, just so you know, you're gonna have to probably make a fire somewhere.
If you want to like rest up and such like that.
Hmm.
Okay, excellent. So first things first, do we want any encounters in the first room, or just make it
No,
Flavor Town?
I think the first room for the time being should be Flavor Town.
Excellent. All right. Room number one. So, uh, the windy. What do you call it? How would you describe it? The windy sounds from outside sounds. It's factual, but it's not what I'm looking for. I'll type out what I'm trying to think out. The windy sounds from outside are muffled here, even with the blizzard just being a few steps outside.
The,
There we go.
the windy howls, I think, would work best.
Mm-mm. The masterful construction, the way the gate arcs, and how the sound is redirected and echoed harmlessly off the various crevices. Whilst for construction, the way the gate arcs and how the sound is redirected and echoed harmlessly off the various crevices makes you understand that this design could only be the work of a master. There we go.
Yeah, and I think we also need to mention like the we'll say northeast corner
Yep.
of the room
Yep.
is just covered in ice.
Mm-hmm. To the north, east of the room is a solid wall of ice. And within the murky depths are
Vague silhouettes
vague.
of of those who might have caught the dragon's wrath.
Ooh, I have exilwits of those who might have caught the dragon's wrath. And then I do want to put like a perception check here.
Mm-hmm.
Perception, let's say DC 14. A part of the ice that's a bit clearer, bit more clear than the others, because we said these were going to be undead, right?
Yep. Generally, Blizzard Dragons like collecting undead.
Okay, so we say a part of the ice that's a bit more clear than the others reveals a hand, a what do you call it? A desiccated hand sporting jagged claws. Oh, how's that?
That sounds pretty good.
Okay, all right. All right, room number 2. What do we want to put in room number 2?
So, I was thinking, right?
Mm-hmm.
Assuming that most of the undead are sealed away, that we could probably look towards some easy fights leading up to the dragon.
Like a
Well,
kobold.
you would said like kobolds, and as such, I want to put some kobolds in here.
Yeah, throw them in. Throw them in.
Yep, we will. And I want to lean into the fact that kobolds are actually just, not the strongest.
No.
And help kind of lure people into that false
sense of security.
Sense of security, yeah.
So there is a cheap kobold, as in like a free one, that looks like this. Oh, I put him on the GM layer. Token layer. There we go.
Yep.
Tiny little guy. Look at him. This tiny little guy.
Yeah. So I should at least have the base kobold. Yep. Base kobold token.
Oh, you gotta stick him in.
What did he pop up?
Ooh.
Look at him. Look at that sass.
Oh, hang on. I'm zooming in. Oh my goodness. I love him.
Now, naturally, one of the things that kobolds have is that normally their scale color will reflect the dragon they worship.
He gonna die.
So, do we want to do a thing where, that we just have the tokens, but they are meant to be white? Or do we want to do something funny and be like, they're just like a multicolored cabaret of kobold?
Rainbow kobolds, you mean?
Well, I mean, because we could make them white, and that would make sense.
We can Photoshop them white, yeah.
Yeah. Or we can make our own tokens at some later point.
Okay, we can do that. These are just placeholders for now.
Yeah. So, typically, the regular little kobold, he is just CR 1/8. They are very small, little gitties that are weaker than goblins.
Jeez, the players are level 5 at this point, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. I want this first room to just be like 7 of these little guys having fun.
They're gonna die.
They are going to die horribly. But that's part of the kind of misdirect I kind of want to do.
All right. I'm okay with this.
Yeah. One of them just playing on the pipe. Yeah.
Excellent.
So, and then naturally, for the next room, maybe a stronger kobold. One of the kobolds that kind of makes sense for higher up on that is there are winged kobolds.
Ooh.
So kobolds who can fly. Or the one that actually represents a kobold that's in a dragon's favor the Kobold Dragon Shield.
Maybe not that powerful. Like, I still want it to be relatively weak, and I also want to put, like, a trap in there. The obligatory
Well,
trap.
well, I mean, a Dragon Shield is like CR1.
Oh, yeah, throw them in. Throw in the dragon shield. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I don't have a Dragon Shield stat block, but I can whip one up decently fast.
Okay.
So I'm just going to just put this over here so I can reference. And I'm just going to make.
Alright, I'm going to throw in some traps as well.
Yeah. Do you want to do some thinking of fun little kobold traps we can put in while
Yeah.
I just rig up this little stat block? Ooh,
Like a whirling blade trap.
yeah. Because, as some people might know, and others don't, generally, kobolds are little gits,
Mm-hmm.
but they have a reputation for being very good with traps and tactics.
Mm-hmm. So I'll put these bladed traps on the, what do you call it? The GM layer?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so I should probably put in, like, room number 2 has 7 kobolds that will attack the players on sight. Besides them, there are no notable. There is nothing notable about the room besides the trench down south, the pipe, and the 2 remarkably good conditioned anvils. There we go. It's like nothing too special about room number 2 besides the anvils. They're very nice and good condition. Room number 3. So what else are we putting in here? How many kobolds besides the normal dragon shield?
I still want this fight to be like, are we ramping up? And then to just be a joke as well. So I'd say maybe like 2 other kobolds.
Maybe put them behind over here.
Yeah, where it's like they are using tactics more than anything.
Let me see what attacks the kobolds have. Okay, let's see. Sunlight 70, pack tactics. Yep, dagger, sling. Okay.
Yeah, the idea is that they would be using slings rather than like the dragon shield would be the tank, and then the other 2 would be using slings. Which is like, it's tactics. Unfortunately, it is not going to be enough to deal with a life party.
Defending them is a lone dragon shield kobold. Once the players approach tables, a hidden switch can be activated by either kobold behind their respective pieces of cover to hit the players. Okay, so perception, let's say 15, or like actually make it something pretty hard, like 17. To see the blade, it's like there is a space on the tables that hides a trap, and then they can disarm it. Thief tools, DC, let's say 15, disables the bladed traps. What do the bladed traps do, mechanically, you think? Like just reflex save or take damage?
Yeah, I mean, that makes the most sense, right?
Okay, yep. Players caught in the area of activation must make a reflex DC, let's say 12 check, or take, let's make it relatively beefy, 3d6 slashing damage.
Huh. I apparently do not have just like a regular token for a dragon shield in my list of various kobold tokens I've made over my time. The closest I have is my koboldodon.
I love him.
Yeah, he's great.
I say put him between the blades, like out of range of the blade, so if they try to flank him, the his buddies can like. Oh, actually, let me just check the GM layer. There we go. So now he's like out of the way of the blades. Okay.
And then I'll just make this guy the
We'll stay
dragon shield.
Range of the traps. So there's no pressure plate or anything. The kobolds will, what do you call it, activate the traps on their end.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? I'll say small creatures have advantage to this check due to the height of this trap. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, and then of course, another perception check. North of the players are more vague shapes in the ice walls. And then if they do a perception check, I'm going to have 2 perception checks. Perception check DC 14. A part of the ice that's a bit more clear than the others reveals a more filled with needle-like teeth. And then perception, let's make it harder, DC 18. There's a part of the ice where the lighting suggests a room beyond. There we go. So I assume, like, when we do this, right? This part of the rooms, like, so just hide area. This will be covered in fog completely, basically.
Yeah.
Hang on, let me reveal area. So it'll look something like this to the players, this room.
Yeah.
So they won't even know that there's a room beyond it. No. So they have to do like a DC check, basically. Reset fog. Okay. Oh, I see. I've ruined the fog of war completely.
It's okay.
Okay. All right. Anyways, so what do we want to do in room 4 and 5? Like, what do we do with room 4 now?
So, room 4 is in deliberate view of the dragon's den.
Mm-hmm.
So I do not currently want to make them fight in this room.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, I like the idea that should someone try to make their way across the ice,
Mm-hmm.
something from this room in room 4 comes and basically blocks off the other way and starts pushing its way back through.
What do you mean by that? Like, pushing its way?
So, like, say our our kobold paladin is not actually one of these kobolds, but rather an actual player character paladin,
Yeah.
and they start making their way across.
Mm-hmm.
It's at this point that something large pokes its head around and starts pushing its way down.
Ah.
And so we have the quote unquote room for fight
With
not in view of the actual dragon potentially.
without being in room 4 itself. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I like
I,
that idea.
yeah.
Okay. Once players make their way onto the ice bridge, let's say direwolf, is that what it is?
Well, I just put a direwolf randomly. I was thinking like maybe we can discuss for a bit what we want to actually put there.
Oh yeah.
Like part of me thinks like either something like that's very like cold adapted, or like one undead that's actually not trapped in the ice.
Oh, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, because in terms of like a level 5 party could fight like a level 5, even like a level 6 undead with not too much of an issue. And I'm like looking around and like a vampire spawn is like level 5.
Ooh.
And could be like one of them should be like pretty tough, but like doable for the party. And is a decent bit like more tricky than say the party would be like expecting.
All right. If you have a vampire spawn token, throw them on.
Do I have a vampire spawn? I have vampire spawn.
Ooh, yeah. Let's have a look. Oh, nasty little bugger, isn't he?
Yeah, because yeah, like this will be like compared to the previous fights, a decent bit tougher. Like he can regenerate, he can climb along the ice and along the walls, and he has like the vampire weaknesses, but there's no running water. You're inside of
Oh.
a building, so there's no sunlight,
Oh, yes.
and he regenerates, provided he's not dead, and those two haven't hit him.
It's nasty because he has spider climb as well. Like,
Yeah. So like you can literally do a thing where, rather than him being, you know, to the side or something, he literally climbs down, upside down into the tunnel.
well, that's
Which could be,
terrifying. So once
yeah.
players make their way onto the bridge, a vampire spawn crawls down from area 4's ceiling around the corner to attack. Ambush them at DC 16 perception. So essentially, their stealth is +6, so if players roll high enough, they can see it before it attacks them, but otherwise it essentially gets like a sneak attack, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. I'm just gonna write down the vampire. Does it have any range attacks? I don't think it did. Does it? No, it's just got a bunch of. Okay, yeah, the vampire will flee to the ceiling to try and regenerate health once it's hurt enough, but turn to fight if the party hits it with ranged attacks. There we go. So it's got like some rudimentary tactics, but it is essentially otherwise just a mindless spawn monster thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, let's put the Kobold Dragon Shield back where it belongs. And the vampire spawn around the corner. And then I'll write down, once the players enter room 4 proper, the Calamity Dragon from room 5 will deign to attack them. So it's not that the Calamity Dragon doesn't know they're there yet, it's just it doesn't quite care enough yet. What do you think of that?
I like that. Like, most dragons are very cocky.
Mm-hmm.
Very, like, have that feeling of superiority.
Do you have a white dragon? Because it doesn't look like there's a free one here.
Give me a second. I can do you one better. Let's see. Yeah, let's drop that.
Oh.
Which is the token I used for a Blizzard Dragon in the past.
Ooh. And they are a large bugger.
Well, depending on what age of dragon, they can get very large.
Do we want to...
So,
yep.
That is the big question. So, we danced around this initially, but let's put things onto the table nice and simple. A young Blizzard Dragon is large, and a CR 7.
Ooh.
And so it is nice, solid level to fight the party. If we want to turn this fight into less of a direct fight and more of a sort of puzzly type situation, the next size up is CR14 as an adult.
Ooh, I kind of want to make this a bit simple, just because, like, right after this fight, the dungeon completely changes, essentially.
Well, also, this fight against the Blizzard Dragon will level the party up.
Good point.
So there is precedent. Now, just because I have a standard stat block for a Blizzard Dragon, this is a stat block which does not include lair actions. So, it is possible adding in lair actions will make the fight tougher than just the regular level 7 fight. So I think, reasonably, doing the young Blizzard Dragon is probably for the best, and then we just bump up the difficulty with lair actions and such.
Yeah, I was just thinking that as well. So, can you put the attached stats to this young Blizzard Dragon, please? Because I just realized that it's a bit blank.
Well, that's because I haven't put in stats for the Blizzard Dragon, because, well, Blizzard Dragons are not in 5th edition D&D.
Oh, right, of course.
So I have to
do it yourself.
Build the sheet. Yes. So, even young, the Blizzard Dragon is still very, very dangerous. In particular, the thing that makes them probably the most annoying to deal with is they have a naturally high armor class. Like, even young, their armor class is actually like unnaturally high.
Mm-mm-mm.
And so this will make for a pretty crazy boss fight regardless, because most of the time they are going to be missing attacks, which means we could probably still do the puzzle element just fine anyway.
Okay.
Because, started out, the young Blizzard Dragon has 19 armor class, which is very high for
Mm-mm-mm.
a level like 5 party to fight. Is
Sure.
that impossible to hit? No. It is, however, quite large.
Mm-hmm.
Most players are going to have like +6 to hit, so they'll need to get a 13 or higher to hit the young Blizzard Dragon.
What
That's not outrageous. It is, however,
difficult?
quite high.
What is the dragon's list of ranged attacks, or more specifically, I suppose the question I'm asking is, what's its longest ranged attack?
Well, it has, uh, I suppose the longest range attack it has is at this point in time the Ice Spear,
Mm-hmm.
which is 60 feet,
Okay.
where it is able to basically manifest a spear of ice somewhere within 60 feet of itself.
Okay. Yeah, I like that.
And it has also the frost breath of a 30-foot cone. So it's gonna be dangerous.
Okay. I just had a thought and how to like sort of forebode the coming fight and how to make it easier and such like that. Um, Give me a second. I'm gonna double check if this is even a thing. Okay. So my idea is that right click layer, GM layer. I'm gonna go to GM layer. Right click, grouping. Is there a way to group? Yep, the group. What's the? I'm trying to remember the shortcut to like. There we go. I've got it.
You've got it.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so in room number 2, you'll notice I've added a little something something. Okay. So you remember what I said about the forge hammer being a key card, essentially?
Yep.
Okay. Once the forge hammer comes within 5 feet of one of the anvils, the pipe begins to sputter ominously. Sputter smoke ominously. On the next turn, lava erupts from the pipe, filling the trench. Creatures caught in this trench must make a reflex DC 14 check or be hit by lava. How much damage is lava? It's a lot, if I remember correctly.
Depends upon which exact source, but usually it ranges anywhere between 8d8 to 12d8 damage.
We'll just say 8d8 because this area is pretty cold.
Yeah.
Dealing 8d8 fire damage So on the other end, it'll be like 16, 32, 64 damage at most if players are very unlucky.
Yep.
Okay. So that's sort of like, what do you call it? Ooh. That will hopefully forebode what I have planned next for Area 4 and how the players can more be able to beat the Blizzard Dragon a bit.
Well, the general idea for how I designed the layout is that the lava comes from up top, remember?
Oh, yeah.
That's why I have the all the frozen off gears and cogs.
Okay. Let me just...
Because like my idea for the keycard type thing is there's two buttons,
yeah.
and bashing the button with the
Oh, right,
the hammer
yeah.
can like try to force start the system that way,
Mm-mm-mm.
or you can try to break the ice and then turn the wheel to try to do it manually.
Mm-mm. Okay, with the thingamabob. Sorry, I'm just trying to put the lava in like manually now.
Yep.
It looks so janky. Alright, there we go. Okay, so do we want to add anything else to 5 to make it potentially easier for the players?
Well, did you want to write down the stuff about the buttons and the
Oh, right, yeah,
wheel?
yeah. Okay, so 5 near the back are a series of buttons and gears covered in ice that have the following characteristics.
Characteristics.
Bleh. Okay. Okay. So the gears. So wait, there are buttons. Oh yeah, I see the buttons. Yeah.
There's two ways to do it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Well, all my thoughts is that if you hit both of the buttons with the hammer,
Yeah.
it will bypass the cogs and just unleash the lava that way.
Sure. Okay.
It's kind of like a like emergency valve type thing.
Mm.
Or
Mm-hmm.
you can break the ice off the 3 places and use the wheel here to open it manually.
Okay. Okay. All right. So I'm just trying to think how to word it. There are 2 buttons, and I'm going to make it clear that it's supposed to be for the forge hammer by making them glow. That glow when the forge hammer is within 5 feet of them. If they are pressed, then an alarm sound will... Okay, an alarm will sound. Wait. If 1 is pressed, alarm will sound. If both are pressed...
With the hammer.
Wait, hang on. I'm going to word it. Trust me.
Mm-hmm.
Both are pressed. Then an intense heat will wash over the area and a torrent lava will flow from the pipe. These buttons cannot be pressed if they do not glow. There we go.
Okay, that works.
Yep. Now, players will probably not know to bring the hammer to them, so I'm just going to make a history check. History DC, let's say 14. Dwarves what do you call it? Dwarves liked their item-based security systems. They're activated item-based security systems. Perhaps bringing not even perhaps. Historically, items such as the forge hammer would have been used in conjunction with buttons like these. Okay. Other characteristic. There are three sets of ice chunks that while tough, look fragile enough to shatter. We just give them 21 hit points, I guess.
Give them the same as the ones from outside. I think is
27 hit points. Yep.
Yep.
Okay. In that case,
basically giving the party two different ways to get the lava flowing, I think, is for the best.
Yeah. Okay. Shatter. Once the ice has been shattered, the wheel can be turned and the gears will activate, causing a torrent of lava to flow from the pipe. Okay. Just trying to whatever.
There we go. And while you've been doing that, the young Blizzard Dragon has a stat block.
Layer actions. The layer takes its turn at initiative, let's say 20. Wait, no, initiative 0. Let's turn at initiative. And performs the following actions. So the Calamity Dragon, does it have an immunity to ice or anything like that?
It is immune. So,
immune to cold.
Now that the stat block is up, it is immune to cold, resistant to necrotic, but weak to fire.
Okay, so performs the following actions. Okay. So let's say deals 1d.
Lair actions typically happen at initiative 20, actually.
Oh, my apologies. Initiative 20 for the following actions.
I understand putting it at 0, but usually lair actions happen at initiative 20.
Okay.
Happen at the start of the turn to kind of set things up.
Deals, actually, let's not make it that much. Deals 1d4 cold damage to any creature that is on or 5 feet away from any ice chunk, wall, or floor.
I like that. That's cool.
So it can. It'll be healing the young Blizzard Dragon as well.
Well, it's not healing it. It's just immune.
Oh, immune. Sorry.
Yes.
So that's its lair action, and it'll just flat out
usually,
deal.
Yeah, usually there are 3. So, and the idea is, like, with lair actions, is that you rotate. You can never use the same one twice in a row.
Okay. Can you get the language for how it rotates? Because I do not recall how it rotates.
Okay, give me a second. I'll have to look in. I think it's the monster manual that it's mentioned. So I'll have to crack that open. So, probably dragons are probably the best bet to kind of start looking for that because they've. Oh, wait. Aboleth. Okay. Converting to which company using which retires the other action to cause one of the following effect. Huh. At least here it doesn't mention doing something different.
Okay.
So give me a second. You take one action because of the following effects. Maybe. Okay. Interesting.
Oh.
So as I'm looking through here, I'm like, that's weird. The Aboleth doesn't mention the same thing twice in a row thing. And then I find the Demilich, which does, and the Dragon, which does.
Oh.
So I don't. Maybe the Aboleth just gets to cheat. I don't know. So how it words it, because one of the following effects, the Dragon can't use the same effect 2 rounds in a row. That's how it says it.
In a row. Must make a DC 15 con save or take 2d6 poison damage.
I wouldn't do poison damage. I would make them poisoned until the end of their next turn.
Okay. Become poisoned till the end of their next turn. Yep. All right. What other actions do you think?
A good layer action that I like to use is a reinforcements action where they get something small to help out, like basically like an ad of some sort.
You know what?
So it'd be something weak.
You know what? Like, I want to do the opposite, but like instead of making it consistent, make it like a doom timer. And the perfect one is right here. You see what I'm thinking?
I mean, yes, my intention was that for it to be its horde, frozen in safety. But if you want to put something on top of said horde, I'm okay with that.
Okay, so something within the eastern block of ice stirs, dealing, let's say, because it has 27 hit points, right? What's something big that's undead? Like physically big. Like how would a zombie giant do in this situation, you think?
Oh, you mean like an actual kind of like the frost giant zombies I used against like the party when we're doing
precisely.
So that's not a bad idea. The frost giant zombie, strong, not too strong. So give me a second to see if I can't find that.
Yeah, how much damage do they deal on an attack?
So, let's go on the easier side because I believe there's meant to be a zombie version. So there's the zombie and then there's the skeleton. The skeleton is the weaker of the two, and I think probably the best because obviously might get a bit too dangerous.
Okay.
But the frosted giant skeleton, it can make 2 great axe attacks each one doing 3d12 plus 6 slashing.
Okay, that's the skeleton, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
plus giant skeleton.
3d6. Okay, I'll say 3d6 because I can't use all its strength to make these hits. So it's like, I'll say something with an eastern block of ice stirs, dealing 3d6 damage to its icy prison. Once the ice chunk is destroyed, it reveals a frost giant skeleton, which now rolls initiative. There we go. So if plays take too long, eventually this will come out. So that'll be like the young Blizzard Dragon's potential reinforcements.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so fun. And then here comes the next bit. Once the lava begins to flow, all their actions from before are disabled. All ice chunks are removed. Wait, no. All ice chunks are removed and lair actions replaced with the following. Note, the frost giant skeleton is now free if it wasn't before. There we go.
Cool.
It's nasty, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, this fight can get hella chaotic depending on what happens.
Deals 1d4 fire damage to any creature that is 5 feet away from the lava due to the blistering ambient heat. There we go. Ice shards due to the heat begin to break off. Creatures in room 5 must make reflex DC, let's say 14, or take, let's say, 2d6 piercing damage.
We should mention ice shards on the roof
Oh, yeah.
due to the heat begin to break off.
Okay, yep. Sounds good to me.
And one other thing. What could be good? Actually, let me have a look and see if there's something I can steal from, say, like, the White Dragon.
What about its recharges?
That would be terrifying if we just let it recharge.
No, the opposite. Like, how about, okay, the next time the young Blizzard Dragon would recharge one of their skills, they must re-roll their next. I'm trying to word this properly.
I don't know if I want to do that. I do have an alternative though.
Oh.
Well, we've got like melting water.
Oh yeah.
All that. Make a fog in an area. and yeah, basically just like make a fog cloud that lightly obscures everything in the room.
Mm-mm. The heat
So it just
and
yeah.
icy water mix, creating a quickly dissipating. I know I spelled that wrongly. Fog in room 5. Everything until the end of the layers. Wait, no, until the start of the layers.
You can just say until the end of the round.
Everything until the end of the round is lightly obscured. There we go.
Dissipating. What are you trying to write?
Is that not a word? Dissipating? Something that dissipates, like a cloud dissipates, or like it comes apart, like it's like dissolving, but not quite. I guess we can just say disappearing.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I am not wording properly tonight. I think we've more or less got this area down pat.
Yeah, it's kind of got the good beginnings of a boss fight that can get harder and potentially easier depending.
I gotta say, you really outdid yourself on this map. It's fantastic.
Well, we're not done with this map just yet because once
Yeah.
everything has time to melt, things
Mm-mm.
are going to change.
Going to heat up. Hey.
Oh,
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Bye bye.
ciao.